Fala galera, eu sou Igor Miranda e o papo da vez é com Dino CAZARES, guitarrista do Fear Factory. A banda dele tá vindo ao Brasil para a realização de um show único em São Paulo, dia 6 de junho, mas a conversa não se resume só a isso. Esse bate-papo que você vai ver agora foi conduzido pelo colaborador Thiago Zuma e durante a conversa foram abordados vários assuntos relacionados ao momento atual do Fear Factory, que está com um novo vocalista, Milo Silvestro. Então, planejando lançar novas músicas, gravar novas músicas para compor um disco. Estão relançando materiais antigos, né? Relançaram alguns, estão para relançar outros agora. E além de todos esses assuntos serem abordados ao longo da conversa, tem um momento também especial que é olhado um pouco para trás ali para celebrar os 25 anos do Obsolete, que é o disco mais vendido da carreira do Fear Factory. Tem inclusive alguns planos de poder celebrar esse álbum aí tocando na íntegra, até pela temática ser um tanto quanto atual. Se liga!
I mean, it's going to be the fourth time that Fear Factory comes to Brazil, right?
The fourth time? I think
Yeah.
so. I think
Fourth
so.
time.
I remember 2 times. I don't remember the other
Yeah.
times.
Okay, so I think it's going to be fourth time. 2009, 2012, 2015, and no,
Oh, okay.
I've been there
Yeah.
3 times. So
Yeah. Nice. Okay.
okay,
Yeah.
so
I've also been there with Assassino and Brujeria.
yeah, with Brujeria,
And Divine Heresy.
Divine Heresy, yes. So, you guys are gonna play only in São Paulo this time? Have you guys got any offers for other cities in Brazil?
I don't know. You have to ask the promoter. You have to ask the
Okay.
booking agent. I'm not sure why it's only one show. But
Yeah,
what city are you in?
I'm in São Paulo. I'm gonna be there.
Yeah,
Also,
I was there just last December with Soulfly. Sorry, with Cavalera.
yeah, that's what I was gonna ask you. There was any city that you've been with Cavalera last year that you wish to come again this time? Or I haven't been with him and you wanna be right now?
Curitiba, Rio, Belo
Was there
Horizonte.
Belo Horizonte? I think you didn't play Belo Horizonte yet.
No, but I'm just saying those are the places I want to go to. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great city, man.
I mean, I would love to, travel all through Brazil and do more than one show, of course. But, you just have to go with whatever they give you,
Yeah, I know. So let's talk about Milo a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, you said you've listened about to 300 singers, is this right? Before choosing him?
Yeah, roughly around that many.
Roughly
A
around, yeah.
lot of people submitted. I mean, I get people still doing today. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Still wanting to do today, but not just vocals, everything, drums, bass.
Yeah. I know. And
Second guitar, some.
So was there anything in particular that when you heard Milo singing, you said that's the guy?
Well, not in the beginning. I was just very impressed by a lot of the videos that he'd done on YouTube. There was one where he was playing Fear Campaign, and he played all the instruments, guitars, bass, drums, vocals. And I was like, wow, look at this guy, And then he also did a medley of our first record, Soul Video Machine. He had done all 17 songs on the record. Yeah. And I was like, wow, okay, this guy is amazing.
Okay. So when you did an interview with us last year, you said that you wouldn't announce the new singer before having new songs to show him to the fans beforehand.
Yeah,
But now,
but
what
now,
changed?
yeah. Well, what changed was because we had booked a tour,
Okay.
and it did take a while to get him into the country, because of the work visas, and a lot of people don't really understand how all this works, but there was a big delay because of COVID in the work visas, and it took a long time to get his work visa. So by the time he got to America, we only had about a couple of weeks to get prepared for the tour. So we didn't get a chance to actually go into the studio and do any new recordings.
And then I think, in a way, right, road testing him before, it's also nice to get to chill with him, with the rest of the members, right?
Well, he came as soon as the travel ban was lifted.
Yeah.
He came here to audition. Yeah, and then we spent some time together. Yeah,
Okay.
getting to know each other. You know, I wanted to get to know him. I wanted to spend time with him just to make sure that not only was he talented, but I also wanted to make sure that I got along with him personally.
Okay. And now on tour, I think it's even better to get to know the guy, right? Because
Of course.
That hectic schedule you guys been.
Yes, exactly. You know, we have such a hectic schedule. You know, also, you know, he's never really toured like this before, so
Is he doing okay with that?
I wanted to make sure that he was okay with being away from home, and you know, being able to handle singing every night. You know, we just got off the Static X tour, and that was 43 shows with only like, I don't know, 6 days off. So, you know, I wanted to make sure that he could handle that too, because the road can be pretty, rigorous at times. And so he handled it well.
Okay. So you guys aren't yet recording a new album, right?
Not yet. No, we got this. We still got this touring to do. As soon as we're done with this touring, we're going to take a couple weeks off. Then in July, we're going to get into start doing a new record.
Have any producer in mind right now?
Yeah, us ourselves. We always do it. We always pretty much do it ourselves.
Okay.
With an engineer that we've been working with, Damon Reynaud.
Okay.
But we'll see if he is involved in the next record. We'll see how that works out. But if not, then we always do records ourselves.
Like the lineup for the recording is going to be the same one that's touring right now, or Tony? I think Tony Campos was not doing this previous South American dates with you.
No, Tony's coming up. Tony's doing
the
South American dates. You're going to see Tony in São Paulo. Yeah,
but he wasn't in Ecuador, in Colombia right now. From what I know.
No. He only missed the first 3 shows because he was in Australia with Static X.
And on drums, it's Mike Heller, a full-time member, or will Pete Weber?
No, we have Pete Weber will be doing the tour. Pete Weber is a band from called Havoc. They're a thrash band called Havoc, based out of Denver, Colorado. So he'll be doing the tour, yeah.
Oh yeah, but the recording for the new album is he gonna do the new album, or?
We'll see. We'll see where that goes. That's still a few months ahead.
Okay. All right. So you guys have been writing the new songs so far, or not yet?
Yeah. Well, I had songs previously written before Milo was even here. So there's stuff there to work with. A lot of stuff to work with. If you want to hear a taste of one of the songs, you could just go to joeysturgis.com, or you can go to YouTube Joey Sturgis, and you could see a song called The Roboticist. It was some music that I released for a plugin called The Disruptor, like the song title. It's a guitar plugin, and so I had released some music for that. But it's also a song. Music for a song that's going to be on the new Fear Factory record.
Okay. So about the lyrics for the new album, are you going to write it, or Milo is going to write it? Have you thought about that so far?
No, we're going to have some little kid that we know write all the lyrics.
Okay.
No, I'm joking. Of course he's going to write it. He has to write the lyrics. He has to write it. Of course. Come on.
Yeah, because I mean, uh, it's just because like he's not an English native guy, so sometimes I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah.
And lyrics, I think, is pretty important for the band.
Oh,
So
of course. I mean, he's had another band called Dead Channel, and
yes.
he writes his own lyrics. He writes his own songs. So he does. It's not like he's not a talented guy.
Mhm.
You know,
Okay, so I want to talk a little bit.
we're gonna reach out to all the fans in Brazil and see if they can help write lyrics.
Okay,
I'm just kidding.
so so I want to talk a little bit about Industrialized that you guys are
Yeah,
gonna release right now.
yeah,
So when Mike Heller did record the drums, right?
yes, that is correct.
Yeah. When did he recorded it?
Probably, I'll say almost a year ago. Yeah.
Almost a year ago. Was Milo already in the band, or at least?
Yeah, right around. Yeah, maybe. No, I don't think he
No.
was. No,
Okay.
no, he wasn't in the band yet at that time. Um, I'm not sure what you're trying to get at, but
I think just gonna say if he was in the band, if you ever consider like doing one or another song with him singing the re-release, but I think it's not.
I think it's important that we do new songs. I mean, of course, he could sing all the old songs, and everybody who sees us live can also see how well he sings those live. But I think it's important that we release something new.
Mhm. Also, Mechanize is getting a reissue right now. Is it
Correct.
just being remastered, or are you going to remix something?
No, it's just that one is just getting remastered, and all the bonus tracks will be added with it.
Okay,
Plus one of the songs that had never been released is
okay,
on the album. Yeah.
all right. And then you guys recently announced that you have signed your contract with Nuclear Blast, right?
Yeah. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
okay. So this is a question about what's the difference of working with Nuclear Blast nowadays to that time with Roadrunner in the late 90s?
Well, when we signed, well, I mean, working with them is been amazing. Both companies. As far as a working relationship, I've had a great. Monty Connor was the guy who signed us way back in 1990 um, for Roadrunner Records, and then he went over to Nuclear Blast a few years ago, probably 10 years ago, 10 years ago plus. He went to Nuclear Blast and he signed Fear Factory there at Nuclear Blast. So I've had a great working relationship with him for 30 years, and it's been good. I love it.
Yeah, but what's the difference right now? What's a label doing right now for you that's different between what a label did for you back in the 90s?
Well, if you're talking about a working relationship, there hasn't been any difference whatsoever because it's still the same guy, Monty Connor. So,
Hmm.
he understands the band, he loves the band, he got the band from the beginning. So as far as that part, um, it's been great. The
Okay.
working relationship is killer. So there's no difference in that because it's the same guy.
Okay.
But if you're talking about contracts and things like that, big difference,
Yes, that's the one.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to reach you.
Back in the day when we signed with Roadrunner Records, we didn't know what we were doing. We didn't know. Our lawyer that we had at the time, way back in 1990, said, "Don't sign this contract because it's really bad." But we signed it anyways because we wanted to get a record out. We wanted to get the band, known. And so the best way to do that was to sign a contract and get out there and just do it. And that's what we did, even though, we got ripped off in the beginning. But as the band got bigger and bigger, we were able to renegotiate our contracts. So fast forward, all the way back, all the way to, 2012, 2013, when we signed with Nuclear Blast. Obviously, we're much more knowledgeable. We're older. We know exactly what we want in the contract and stuff like that. So, in that aspect, much more well educated than when we first started when we were in our early 20s.
Okay. So this is kind of a curious question about me. For me, you guys are playing Archetype live, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's it like for you to play that song because you weren't in the band back then, and no one that recorded that song's in the band right now? It's like playing a cover, or you think like you made it yours?
Well, in the very beginning, years ago when I was out of Fear Factory, and when I came back, I said, hey, I'm not going to play this song. I'm not going to play any songs off those records. And at that time, we agreed. We were all okay. But then somewhere down the line, between 2010 and now, somewhere down the line, a lot of fans requested that song. So a few years back, I was like, okay, let's try playing this song. Let's try playing a couple of songs. So we did Cyberwaste and we did Archetype, and I was okay with it. I was okay with it. In the past, I said I would never do it, but then again, the fans reacted, and I was like, okay, let's try it. And then we tried it, and then we noticed that the reaction was good, especially for the song Archetype. So I decided, okay, well, let's keep it in the set. And so we did. And then that was it. That's as much as we did, was pretty much Archetype. And I've been doing it for the last, few tours. So, and we decided to keep it in the set. It's the most popular song on the record.
Yes. So okay, let's talk about the Obsolete, which is
I'm strictly doing it. I'm strictly doing it because the fans want it.
Yeah, but you feel right about playing it?
I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad. No.
Okay.
No, the fans want it. The fans want it, and I got used to playing it, so it's all good.
Okay. So I want to talk a little bit about Obsolete. That's turning 25 this year.
Yeah.
All the time. So I think although the manufacturer is like your classic album, and I think Digimortal charted better in America, Obsolete is still your best-selling album, right?
Yes.
Yes. Why do you think that?
Why do I think that is? That is the best.
Why do you think that the album it's the best-selling album, although it's not your classic? Yeah.
I have to disagree. I mean, Obsolete is definitely a classic, 100%. 100%.
Okay.
So Soul of a New Machine, Demanufacture, Obsolete, and Digimortal are considered classic records. Whether you like the records or not, whether you think that or not, they're definitely considered classics amongst a lot of fans. Obsolete was the biggest record because it was the right time. The band, when we started out, Soul of a New Machine, we were somewhere between grindcore and industrial and death metal with melodic stuff to it. And then it wasn't until Demanufacture where we started to get better. And there was actually bands starting, because at that time when Soul of a New Machine came out, death metal was really popular and grindcore. That stuff was really popular at that time. But by the time Demanufacture came out, a whole new other elements of metal were getting popular, getting known. Of course, you had bands like Korn and stuff like that were getting known and getting popular. But when Demanufacture came out, there was nothing else like it at the time. And that really opened the doors for us. So obviously the band was progressing and growing and growing and growing. So by the time Obsolete came out in 1998, it was perfect timing because, it was, we were mega groove. We had a big fat groove. We still had all the double bass elements, all the epic elements. And, we had big songs like Shock, Edge Crusher, Descent, Resurrection, all those songs pretty much were very big classic Fear Factory songs. Also, one of the things that really helped the record was the fact that we did the cover song Cars. Now, Cars was played on commercial rock radio here in America, and that really helped a lot to make that record grow and to, and make it more popular.
I think being the album like a full-on concept I remember the booklet with all the history coming on. Have you ever considered playing it with the whole album live in sequence?
Yes, definitely for sure. We considered it. Obviously, right now would be a really good time to do that because it is 2025 years old.
And
So
also
now,
because the themes, I would say, with artificial intelligence, ChatGPT, man's kind of kicking us in the face to become obsolete.
yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely the theme. We purposely wrote the songs and sequenced the songs to fit the story and stuff like that. Sure. But right now would be a really good time to consider doing the whole record in its entirety. We'll see what happens. There's at the moment there is no specific plans to do that, but hopefully somewhere down the line we'll be able to do it.
So I want to talk a little bit about what we have already talked. Fear Factory was hugely influential for the nu metal scene that came, and you guys with like Pantera, Sepultura, Machine Head were slowly becoming like, these are gonna be the next big things, and then nu metal came and you like ran over everyone. What's your feeling towards that? Do you remember being like, oh, those new bands are just coming up, we need to catch up?
No, I always thought that, because those bands were getting popular, that it was exposing people, especially on MTV, especially, on commercial rock radio. It was opening the doors, for bands like us, because again, like I said, we did a song like Cars, and Cars really opened the door for us, because of those other commercial new metal bands that were becoming on MTV and commercial rock radio. It all worked hand in hand together, and I believe both those things helped each other.
Okay, and do you feel that right now, how can I say, Fear Factory has the status the band deserves when you look back as the size of the band right now?
No, I don't think it does. But I also feel that there were a lot of elements that prevented that from happening. I mean, we've been through mega lawsuits. There's been a lot of negativity, a lot of drama, revolving around the ex band members, and so it's prevented us from having that momentum of growing bigger. You know what I mean? Because there's been a lot of setbacks.
Is there like any huge mistake you think you guys made that?
Oh, plenty of mistakes. But there's no reason to get into all that. But there's been a lot of huge setbacks, and there was even a point from 2016 to now. We haven't been able to play live. So disappearing for 6 years is not exactly something that's going to help the band.
Okay, so I'm just gonna wrap it up right now. Just a few last questions. More like you guys played last year. You played last year with Max and Igor. They called you to play the Roots album with him. Was there like for you any dream-like situation where you would wish like, oh, I wish that band would call me to play guitar for them and do some album live or stuff like that?
Some other band or this or Cavaletta?
Any band, any dream band for you? Like, I wish that band called me and I would love to play guitar with them for one tour, this one night.
There's maybe Faith No More would be a good band that I would like to play with. Yeah, for sure.
Any album is specific from Faith No More?
Any album is specific? No, the whole catalog.
The whole catalog. That's nice, man. Okay, so I think that's it. Thank you very much for taking the time to talk to us. Hope to see you in South America in 2 weeks. I'll be there for sure.
Thank you very much for the interview, and I appreciate all the support that the Brazilian fans have given us over the years. I can't wait to be out there in São Paulo to go to the churrascarias and caipirinhas and all that stuff. So
Okay.
I can't wait to see you all out there.